This episode is brought to you by King of Beards. This is my online shop where you can find high quality products that will help you grow a strong, healthy beard that not only looks great, but also will smell great as well. Definitely the people in your life that like to get up and close with you are gonna thank you for this one. These are products that I use personally. The link is below in the video description section, and if you use my coupon code KING, you'll get 15% off on your first order. From musicians and actors to sporting champions as well as fashionistas, there are numerous famous Muslims who have charted a trailblazing path. They not only built their careers to inspire people all over the world, but have also dispelled certain misconceptions about their religion and faith along the way. While there are many more out there in the entertainment industry, this episode is just gonna be looking at only 10 international celebrities who you may not know are Muslim. Welcome back to FTD Facts, guys. Hope you're doing great. My name is Leroy Kenton, and this is not the first time that we're exploring this topic, but for the sake of our new viewers, we often like to revisit topics like this. With that said, let's jump into this episode, and the international celebrity at number 10 is Muhammad Ali. Now, Muhammad Ali, of course, he passed away some time ago, but this boxing legend, he literally continues to motivate his generations of fans. He might have been a champion in the boxing ring, but also it was Muhammad Ali's humanity that landed a greater punch, so to speak. In a famous 1978 interview with US journalist Barbara Walters, Muhammad Ali spoke about how his faith centered his life, revealing that Islam had allowed him to focus on a life extending well beyond retirement. He said in his own words, and I quote, "If I had a year left to live, what would I do? I would do all I could to please God, not in a hypocritical way. I would do it as sincerely and honestly as possible to get right with God so I could go to heaven." Muhammad Ali, he ended up passing away 40 years later in the year 2016, and his funeral was televised live and viewed by millions of people across the planet. Coming in at number 9, we have Iman. She was born in Somalia as Zahra Muhammad Abdul Majid, and this former supermodel is simply known as Iman, meaning faith in the Arabic language. She was also the widow of David Bowie, and she had said that her spirituality is as important to her as her privacy. She shed some details about that relationship in her 2001 memoir titled I Am Iman, where she explains the internal struggles of inhabiting a profession at odds with her belief. So she eloquently sums up that tension in the last passage of the book, where she writes this, and I quote, "May Allah have mercy on my soul if I have sinned." Coming in at the number 8 spot, we have Remy Youssef. The Egyptian-American writer created the groundbreaking comedy series Remy, which he explores issues facing Western Muslims in our present day. As the show illustrates, many of these challenges are often universal. Of course, it is a sitcom with certain situations completely being just embellished and drummed up for the laughs, but this is what he had to say about the show in his own words. "Remy is kind of like a very egotistical version of me. He's who I'm afraid of becoming. But in terms of people watching the show and thinking whether that's me or not, that's up to people being responsible television viewers and remembering that TV is TV." Number 7 leads us to Bella Hadid. The supermodel has never been shy about expressing pride in her faith as well as her Palestinian heritage. In a 2017 interview with Porter magazine, she revealed how her life had been shaped by her father, who of course is the real estate mogul, Muhammad Hadid. And this is what she had to say about this. "He was always religious and he always prayed with us." And then she went on to say, "I am proud to be a Muslim." Bella Hadid, she also told Elle magazine that same year that she came from a diverse background, and she went on to add this, I've had incredible experiences all over the world, and I've learned that we're all just people, and we all deserve respect and kindness. Next up in this episode at number 6, let's look at Dave Chappelle. The popular comedian's material has always been informed by deep-seated wisdom. It just seems like every time Dave Chappelle opens up his mouth, it's some wisdom that drops, even though it may be comedy. Appearing as a guest on the Netflix series My Guest Needs No Introduction with David Letterman, Dave Chappelle said that he was first drawn to Islam's message of tolerance and inclusivity at the age of 17. In his own words, he had this to say: "It is a beautiful religion, and the ideas in that religion are reflected in all the major Abrahamic faiths. You'll see these ideas in both Christianity and Judaism. It is the idea that this place does mean something, you know?" Moving on now to number 5, let's talk about Akon. Akon was born in the United States to Senegalese parents, and the singer and entrepreneur, he credits his spirituality with maintaining his focus as both a creative and a businessman. He told The National in 2019 the following: "It makes you ask the question, what is success? Is it fame or fortune? Does that measure what success means to you? Or is it faith? For me, real success is faith. If God is not smiling upon me, I'm not successful. I don't care if I have $1 billion in the bank, and what good am I if I have $1 billion sitting in the bank in the first place?" During one of his visits to the Gulf in 2021, Akon went to Mecca to perform the Umrah pilgrimage, the optional pilgrimage in Islam. Isiah Muhammad comes next at number 4. As the first American athlete to compete in the Olympic Games in a hijab, the 2016 bronze medalist, her journey, it completely shook the world. Isiah Muhammad detailed how she overcame sustained prejudice as part of the US fencing team in her 2019 memoir, Proud Living My American Dream. She also had this to say in an interview with Vogue Arabia: "I wrote it with the youth in mind. I wanted them to feel inspired by my story. I'm just a girl from Jersey who has chosen to work hard. I generally don't think I'm special. I just want the youth out there to know that they can have the same thing with hard work." The celebrity coming at the number 3 spot is Jermaine Jackson. He has been a frequent visitor to the Middle East ever since converting to Islam back in 1989. In an interview with The National in 2013, the singer described how the Jacksons' Abu Dhabi show at the Dub Arena the previous year was a highlight of the world tour. He said this: "I always feel very welcome when I'm over there, and the people are kind and gracious. Also, my wife is Afghan, and she has been a Muslim all her life. She speaks fluent Arabic, and she has supported me in understanding and strengthening my beliefs. So when I come to this part of the world, I have come full circle." As of 2016 though, unfortunately Jermaine and his wife Halima Rashid are no longer together. That takes us to number 2. Halima Aden. American Somali Halima Aden proudly made the term hijabi supermodel a trending topic. It became a thing. She was initially born in a refugee camp before moving to the United States at the age of 6 years old. Halima Aden went on to become the first woman to wear a hijab in the Miss Minnesota US pageant in 2017, where she was a semi-finalist. Now, the national attention landed her a contract with the famous modeling agency IMG Models, and a year later she was walking the runways of Milan Fashion Week. Huge achievement for her in such a short period of time. Now, despite her rapid rise to fame, Halima Aden told The National in 2019 that her success is part of a greater movement of amazing Muslim women. In her own words, she had this to say: "There's a whole range of hijab-wearing women doing incredible things with their professions. They're not necessarily getting the clicks on Instagram, they're not trending on Twitter, but they matter. This episode concludes at number 1 with Shohreh Aghdashloo. Born in a Muslim family, the Iranian-American actress has spoken publicly about her faith in the past. In a 2013 interview with the Los Angeles Times, she revealed her belief that her Muslim identity may have cost her a film role in the past. Director George Nolfi had wanted her for the role of God in the 2011 thriller The Adjustment Bureau. However, she was let go from the project. Shohreh Aghdashloo, she said this: "I say I was born a Muslim. I don't introduce myself as a Muslim woman, but I guess the distribution company put the dots together and felt it was too early for this." And on that note, guys, that wraps up this episode looking at 10 international celebrities you may not know are Muslim. Let me know down below in the comment section if any of these came to you as a surprise. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up. Thanks for hanging out with me in another one, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode.